I think he loved it. I think he loved it. Oh my God. Hope he will. Hope so. Stay on here. If you could start moving toward your seats, we're going to start the ceremony here in a couple of minutes. we're going to go ahead and get the festivities started. Good evening. I'm Curtis Campbell, Director of Athletics, and it is my pleasure to welcome you to the 2025 Roanoke College Athletic Hall of Fame recognition ceremony. At this time, I would like to recognize the committee that does the selections. Like, they put a lot of time and effort in, and we receive a lot of applications, and they review them and go through, and it's a very tedious job, and they do a really good job of it. At this time, I'd like to start with Jim Buriak, who is the chair. Jim, would you stand? James Penix, I don't think he's here. Mary Swartz, Paige Moyer, Chris Kilcone, Brian Huffman, Steve Mason, Blair Trail, Scott Allison, and Richie Wagner. You know, I was just talking to Frank, our President Shoeshop, and telling him that, you know, today he's did 3 different events, you know, and he's always the keynote speaker, and, you know, I'm glad that he's here to come up and say a few words for this ceremony. Thank you, Frank.
Hey, it's good to see you all. You look terrific. Now let's see if we've been promoting this idea that Roanoke College is a small school with big spirit. So I want to see if you have good, big spirit. So I'm going to say, here we go, and you're going to say Maroons. Can you do that? I need you. Where are you? You're, okay, all right, you ready? So I'm going to say, here we go, and you guys are going to say what? Maroons. All right, here we go. Here we go. Outstanding. I love it. I love it. Love it. You guys are terrific. Hey, I'm so pleased to welcome you here tonight to celebrate the incredible impact, success, and legacy of Roanoke College athletics as we recognize 5 former student athletes who have left an indelible mark on their alma mater. And it's fun just to look at these plaques that you're about to get. You're pretty remarkable people, and it's fun to celebrate you. I want to begin with a special welcome and thanks to the many friends and family members of our inductees who are here this evening. There's a lot of Maroon spirit in the room, and I absolutely love it. If you're a friend or family of someone being recognized tonight, would you mind if you're able to stand so we can say thank you for supporting these incredible people? I also want to offer a huge thanks to Curtis Campbell, the coaches, the entire athletic staff, and you can tell Roanoke College athletics are on the move. I don't know if you noticed, we have a national champion a new national champion in wrestling last week. I don't know if anybody mentioned that we made the Sweet 16. There's a lot of good stuff going on. But Curtis and your team, John Farmer, thank you for your commitment to our student athletes, both inside and outside of competition. You are remarkable teachers, our coaches are. I'm certain that Maroons we're honoring tonight would say that you were the difference makers, the steady hands, the fierce believers, the ones who pushed them, caught them, and cheered the loudest. Their success didn't end when they graduated. It lives on, and so does your impact. And while we celebrate legends tonight, can we also give a hand for our current student athletes? Are any student athletes in the room, if you wouldn't mind standing up so we can celebrate you? Our student athletes, they are not only fierce competitors, but also remarkable campus citizens, and I mean it. Our student athletes just model the way in every certain way. They're leaders in the classroom, they're leaders in the community, and in the way they represent Roanoke College every single day with pride and with purpose. So thank you all for being absolutely remarkable and making Roanoke College so proud. Our Athletic Hall of Fame celebrates the rich history, standout individuals, and a tradition of excellence in Roanoke College athletics. I think you'll agree that athletics is a powerful, powerful learning laboratory. With our new strategic plan, Imagine Roanoke, we're lifting up this incredible strength by developing ways to more intentionally integrate the exploration of purpose, the pursuit of character, and leadership development into the co-curriculum, including NCAA athletics and our teams and campus-wide experiences. So tonight, the reason we're here, we celebrate 5 remarkable Maroons whose impact spans 3 decades, the 1990s, the 2000s, and the 2010s. These leaders exemplify what is possible when talent is matched with hard work, positive mindset, teamwork, and an unwavering commitment to excellence. That's what athletics helps people do. Steve, Robin, Melissa, Matt, Brandon, congratulations on your induction into the Roanoke Hall of Fame. I've applied all 3 years that I've been here, and I don't even get a response back from the committee. That was a little attempt at humor. Okay, good, all right. We are enormously proud of you all and all that you have achieved and you've accomplished since. Thank you for representing Roanoke so well, and most of all, the model that you set for what it means to be a Maroon. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So Curtis, I'll turn the program back over to you, and here we go. Here we go. Outstanding, thank you.
Frank took my script with me. I would be lost. Established in 1971, the Roanoke College Athletic Hall of Fame honors individuals who have made history while coaching or playing for their respective athletic programs at the college. Our procedures tonight are simple. After I read the inductees' Hall of Fame biography, we will view a video. We'll call each inductee up to come forward. President Shushock will then present them, the inductee, with their Hall of Fame certificate. At that point, a photographer will take a photo with the inductee, myself, President Shushock, and their coach. After photos are complete, each inductee will take the stage for a few brief remarks. In the interest of time, we will provide an opportunity for pictures to be taken by friends and family at the conclusion of our ceremony. So we're going to go ahead and get started with our first inductee, Matt Madelon, class of 2006. Madelon led the Maroons to back-to-back ODAC championships and NCAA tournament Final Four appearances in his 3 seasons at Roanoke. The goalkeeper was a 2-time second-team All-American, a 2-time Virginia SID All-State, and a 2-time first-team All-ODAC selection. Madelon's work between the pipes earned him ODAC Player of the Year accolades and a selection to the USILA North and South All-Star Game following his senior campaign. At the time of his induction, Madelon ranks 3rd in wins, 3rd in saves per game, 4th in goals against average, and 7th in saves in the Roanoke Career Record Book. He is 3rd and 10th in saves, and this is in consecutive seasons, and 3rd in wins in a single season category. At this time, I would like to ask head coach Bill Pilot and President Shushock to join me up front to induct Matt Madelon.
We're giving it to you, huh?
Yeah, I'm giving it to you. Matt's not here. He's
Come
taking
here.
it on behalf. Let's get it on in. There you go. That's quick.
You don't want to give him this?
We'll give that to you. Matt's not here. And Frank, if you want to sit, you can sit in the chair here so you can. As many of you know, Matt couldn't join us today, and as some of you know, he is the head coach of the Division I Princeton University's men's lacrosse team, currently ranked 4th in the country. Matt sent in a video with his comments.
Matt Madlon came in as a transfer student, so we recruited him a little bit in high school, but he was going Division I. He went to Hofstra for his first year, and then he came back into our lives as an interest of transferring into Roanoke. And I knew him from my goalie camps. He went to the goalie camps when he was younger, and I watched him play there. And once he started to look at Roanoke, you know, we knew he could be a special goalie. And we were just happy to get him. He rounded out the piece and sent us to 2 Final Fours. Matt is a great athlete, very quick, you know, great in the goal, but he was really good at clearing the ball, starting the offense. The thing that stands out to me for Matt Madlon when he was a player here is how calm and cool he was as a goalie. You know, some goalies are really hyper and move quickly. He was very calm, slowed things down, and rarely, if ever, got rattled. Right, you know, you score 2 goals on somebody, they get rattled. Matt would never get rattled. He'd always stay the course. I never had to worry about him being 2 up or 2 down. He definitely mentally was as strong a goalie as you could have. We were in a game and we were having some trouble clearing the ball, getting the ball from the defense to the offense. And during a timeout, Matt just told the team, just give me the ball, I'll clear the ball. He said, don't worry about it. And again, that was his unflappable attitude, and we gave him the ball, and he cleared it. He would throw 60-yard passes if that was necessary, 30-yard passes. So he just kind of took over. His impact would be just another person that really cares about Roanoke College and cares about lacrosse and wanted to win every game, felt he could help us win every game. And I think the thing he really pushed on the guys is a calm attitude. No matter if the game was tight, no matter if it was a big opponent, he was always calm, he was always confident that we would be successful. And I think that really permeated through the whole team for the years that he was here. Matt was pretty popular, I would say. Yeah, he was a very outgoing person, you know, had a lot of friends here, still has a lot of friends with his former teammates and things, and he's just a very positive person. He was always smiling, always friendly to people. And he had some really big games, you know, in the quarterfinals, we played Gettysburg, and their goalie was a good goalie too. And Matt clearly outplayed him in the game, had more saves, better clearing. We won the game, went to the semifinals. And at the end of the year, the Gettysburg goalie was first-team All-American, and Matt was second-team All-American. And I think Matt should have been first-team All-American that year, but that's the way things go. But being the second-best goalie in the country is pretty hard to do, and he did that, and I think he was the best in the country. It's great having Matt being the head coach at Princeton. I've seen him work his way up the coaching ranks. He was assistant in Hampton-Sydney, which was really fun when we played them. The Roanoke fans were booing Matt when he came on the field. We liked that. But just that he and I have been able to stay friends through the coaching profession, you know, bounce ideas off each other. He gives me some ideas that I can use with my team, and I give him some ideas. And he's taken a lot of the things we do with Roanoke lacrosse, like gassers and tours and some things like that, and 4-quarter practices that we do at Roanoke, and now it's become part of what they do at Princeton. So really proud of him and what he's been able to do as a Division I coach, and knew he could be successful, and it's fun watching his career. Congratulations, Matt. You deserve to be in the Hall of Fame. We're so proud of you, and keep doing great things at Princeton, but remember, you came from Roanoke. We love you, Matt.
Thank you to the Roanoke College Athletics Hall of Fame Induction Committee. I'm truly honored and truly blessed. Thank you to Roanoke College for taking a chance on me. And thank you so much to Coach Bill Pilot. You've truly shaped every part of my life, you know, while I was on that campus and every day after. I have such fond memories of Roanoke College, and I know as this is an individual award and on a team sport, this only happens with incredible teammates and incredible coaches. And I had such a fortunate and incredible experience while I was there to have both great coaches and great teammates, and I'm truly grateful for that. Thank you so much. This is such a special moment. My wife's a Roanoke College grad. I've got 3 young children that I hope will be future Roanokers. So to be able to share this with them forever, it means the absolute world to me. There's not a day that goes by that I don't think about Roanoke College and the impact it's had on my life. To all the other inductees this evening, congratulations. What a special honor, and I'm so honored to be going in with you. Thank you so much.
Our next inductee, Robin McLaughlin Gallagher, class of 1994. Following her graduation, Robin was the women's soccer team all-time leading scorer until 2004. Robin racked up 94 points on 41 goals and 12 assists in her time with the Maroons as a forward. She was a first-team All-ODAC selection in 1992 and 1993. In addition to earning second-team honors in 1991, Robin helped power the Maroons to 4 straight ODAC championship games, including capturing the 1990 ODAC title. She was also an All-State and All-South region selection as a senior. At this time, I would like to ask Robin, Phil Benny, and Frank to join me on stage.
You get next to her. There we go. Okay. Straighten this out. Thanks, Frank. You doing okay? Yeah. You ready? You want me to help or get you?
Thank you. Very much an honor. I'm honored and humbled to be here today. Roanoke College means a lot to me still today and did back when I graduated 31 years ago, Coach Benny. So thank you very much. First of all, Coach Benny, I showed up at Roanoke College with a lot of heart, a lot of energy, but not a whole lot of skill. So I definitely credit Coach Benny for getting me to where I need to be. My teammates that are here, I have Carrie Allen, who's here, Carrie Lloyd at the time. I played against her every day at practice, so when I got to games, it was very easy because she was such a hard competitor in practice. Thank you for being here. For my friends and family for being here, thank you so much. Hal Johnson is here somewhere. He actually recruited me back in New Hampshire, so he made me fall in love with Roanoke College very early on, so thank you, Hal. Coach Allison, Mr. B, everybody that was there to support me on and off the field. I guess my family that's here supporting me, definitely my mother who's here today, who is the reason I'm here, and now that I'm a mother myself, can definitely appreciate how much mothers mean to athletes and students and to their children, so thank you for being here. My sisters that are here today. My dad's not with us, but he was my first coach and the best coach I ever had, so for him, definitely. My husband who's here today, my all-time favorite teammate, Jack, thank you for being here. And then I'll just close with saying Roanoke College means so much. I was recently asked, I was on a panel for work, and they asked me, it was a lot of college students, much like yourselves there in the back, and they asked me, what class, what prepared me for life and for my profession, and I said to them, really, there was no class. It was Roanoke College Athletics. It was everything that you learn from being a student athlete. It's managing your time. It's keeping your priorities. It's knowing that you have people around you, and you're only better when you have people around you that make you better, that push you to be better, that give you a positive influence. So by far, Roanoke College Athletics, being a captain and learning leadership from that level and at a younger age really helped me. So Very appreciative of the university for giving us this honor, everyone here, the other inductees as well. Just in general, the experience that I had at Roanoke College really meant a lot to me as a person and as a leader and in my personal life as well. So thank you very much. Humbled and honored.
I done a presentation yesterday, and Robin, a lot of things that you said, we were talking about leadership and character, and I think you read some of the things I said. You said the exact same thing, so thank you for that. And as I was going through the script here, I read the instructions to you, but I wasn't listening myself. And so could we play the video for Robin?
I was actually in my first recruiting class here at Roanoke College in 1990. She came on campus. It was after my first year, which in 1989 we were 6-9-2, and she and her teammates immediately made an impact. We were 13-5-1, made it to the ODAC championship game and won the ODAC. And her and her teammates really put us on the map, not only in the ODAC, but in the country with national rankings that followed the next 4 years. Her 40 goals in her career really made a difference to the program. And Robin on the field was the epitome of a striker. Could score goals in many ways, from distance, from out of the air. But also she worked very hard for her teammates, running off the ball, assisting goals also. So just a tremendous soccer player. And besides her soccer ability, Robin was really just a tremendous person, always positive, uplifting the team. I wish some of the ODAC coaches felt that way about her, but she, and I won't name those coaches, but she was tremendous and just developing that work hard, never die, never quit culture on the team. Robin stood out just because she could score goals. And a lot of players try to score goals, but she actually did it. And really a lot of big goals and big games. Really, my parents who've watched my games for the past 36 years still talk about her ability to score goals. And probably the biggest moment that I can think of is the 1990 ODAC championship game when after 90 minutes we were tied against Washington and Lee, and back then we also played 4 15-minute overtime. So we went 2.5 hours of playing soccer, and Robin was still getting after it. And we actually won that game in penalty kicks, but really a tremendous moment for the program, and she was a big part of that along with her teammates. Robin McLaughlin Gallagher, welcome to the Roanoke College Athletic Hall of Fame.
Our next inductee is Brandon Ketron, class of 2012. Brandon Ketron, men's golf. Ketron was a 3-time first-team All-ODAC honoree and finished top 5 as an individual in 3 of his 4 years at the ODAC Golf Championships. His career was highlighted by winning the 2012 ODAC tournament as an individual and earning the 2012 ODAC Ted Keller Sportsmanship Award in his senior season. Ketron's contributions to the golf team led them to a second-place finish at the 2012 ODAC Championships, Roanoke's best conference finish since their ODAC titles in 1980 and 1981. Let's watch the video.
Brandon Ketron was, in recruiting, was my first year of coaching. His parents called and they brought him up to school. I met him and we went out and played a couple holes, enjoyed the day. From the very first year of coaching Brandon through qualifying, he just stepped up right at the very beginning as a freshman and just played great golf. I knew he was going to be one of my special golfers on the team. One of the things that stood out from Brandon, I think he had that magnetic personality that everybody wanted to be with Brandon. He just was the type of person that everybody wanted to be with. He just had that personality that just clicked with everybody. And as far as leadership, basically from his sophomore year, started taking over the leadership of the team. Everybody sort of followed Brandon. He never missed a practice, was always giving me 100% on no matter what event we went to. Even if he was having a bad day, he never quit. He continued to play his heart out to try to do the best he could. Brandon in the classroom was always very high academically. Never had anything from his professors as far as negative. He was always a leader in the classroom. I felt always made the academic awards. All ODAC. Brandon, the awards was all ODAC. Academic sports awards. He won the ODAC tournament his senior year. Oh, my favorite memory has to be the final year. The final match of the year was the ODAC tournament. He stepped up and won the ODAC tournament. I stayed away from him. I let him play. And finally on the 18th hole, he told me what he shot. And it turned out to be a great day for everybody. At Augusta, the caddies wear that white caddy outfit. I got in touch with that company and got a caddy outfit, put their names on the back. On the 18th hole, I caddied for them for their final senior day. And the memories, the parents' memories, it just touched everybody. That's one of the best memories I got. And as we're walking down, we both sort of got a little teary-eyed. Brandon's legacy with the college, I believe, is going to be his true leadership with the team, his desire to always be the best that he could, academically and athletically. Brandon Ketron, you don't know how proud I am of you for this moment. You truly deserve to be into the Hall of Fame. You earned it, enjoy it, and be proud of it.
Will you help me welcome Brandon to the stage?
Johnny forgot to put my name on the list.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm proud.
You get to keep that.
Make that basketball game.
Yes, sir. It's all yours.
All right. Coach, I'll let you hang on to this. Well, what a truly incredible day and moment that this is for me and for my family and friends and teammates and Coach Landis. I just, want to thank you to the Hall of Fame committee. Say thank you to, my parents, my dad from an early age, just taking me out to the course, letting me tee it up, taking the ball up to where he teed off, and then kind of finishing out from there. That was kind of the start of it all. And just can't thank him enough for introducing me to the game of golf. That's been an incredible part of my life. To Mom, she's always been the team mom, making peanut butter and jellies for the whole team before we teed off. Even by the end of the college career, she was making them for opposing teams. She's a truly incredible support throughout the years, and I can't thank her enough from that. To Coach Landis, thank you for the 4 years we had here. It was a truly incredible journey. Coach, always cared about us, and I think that's one thing you could say about him. As you could see from the video, I actually had this as part of the speech to mention of him wearing that caddy bib on the 18th hole of the ODAC tournament was such an incredible moment, knowing I came into that hole and I knew I was playing really well and thought I had a good chance of winning the tournament. And we got there and he's like, do you want to know where you stand or not? And I was like, let me know. And he's like, okay, you have a 2-shot lead, so let's just close it out. And I think him being there in that caddy bib just took my mind off the tournament. It was just, just a memory of him there, and just incredible Augusta caddy bib to walk down the 18th hole. So that was a special part of my time here. To my high school golf coach, Coach Orndorff, who's also here today, I want to thank you for being here. One of the things you always taught me was PAG, right? Pars are good. And I think as I, kind of went through college golf, that really held true. Just find a way to make par went a long way. So thank you for that, and thank you for all the support you gave me throughout the years in high school as well. To my teammates, classmates that are here, these were some of the best 4 years of my life at Roanoke College, and it's a truly incredible journey and memories that I have here. So thank you guys for all of that. It wouldn't have been the same without you, and I think you guys can share in this moment as well with me. My wife and my kids, Emily, Oliver, Elizabeth, the ones over there in the corner making all the noise, so apologize for that. Cannot say enough about you guys, and so glad that you're able to share this moment with me. And the fact that I know that my kids can come back here to Roanoke College and see my name up on that wall is truly incredible and very special. I know I left some people out, but I just wanted to thank the Hall of Fame committee, thank Roanoke College. It's an incredible journey to be a part of this and a part of Roanoke College's legacy as well. So thank you very much.
Our next inductee, Steve Mason, class of 1991. Mason earned first team all ODAC and third team All-American honors in both 1990 and 1991. A 4-year letterman, a 3+ year starter for the Maroons, he led Roanoke to the ODAC championships in 1988 and 1990. Mason's play-in goal was an important catalyst in the Maroons' run to the semifinals of the NCAA Division III men's lacrosse tournament. At this time of induction, Mason ranks as follows in the record books: 2nd in career goals against average, 4th in career saves, 5th in career saves per game, 6th in career wins, and 9th in career save percentage. For a single season, he ranks 6th in saves, 4th and 7th in saves per game average, 6th in saves percentage, and 2nd, 4th, and 5th in goals against the average. In 1990, Mason earned the Paul S. Griffin Award for dedication and leadership, and in his senior year was selected as Roanoke College Male Athlete of the Year. Let's watch the video.
Steve came in here as a highly recruited player. Scott Allison recruited him, and he was a freshman. And we had another goalie who was a starting goalie from the year before. And right off the bat, Steve was pushing him to kind of get on the field. And Steve was just really quick, as a goalie, very quick to make saves and outlet the ball. And so I knew right away he could be something special. The one thing that really stands out to me about Steve Mason is his intensity. He was always super intense for games, super intense for practice, always wanting to save every shot. And I think that's a big quality in being a good goalie, is that you feel you should save every shot. And Steve definitely believed that and practiced that way. Steve always had good leadership qualities. He kind of found himself here at Roanoke, which is great. And his freshman year, he was kind of thrust into the starting lineup due to some injuries and things like that. And he came in and played one of the best games I've seen a goalie play at Roanoke, and led us to a victory in the quarterfinals against Washington College. Just had 22 saves, I believe, in that game, and they really just couldn't score on him. I think the thing that Steve really brought was how important lacrosse was to him and how intense he approached every practice and every game. I think that intensity really kind of bled through on the other guys. And while he was here, we had some other great players too. You know, when I think of Steve Mason, I automatically think of Dan Morrison, who's another Hall of Fame member. And, you know, they were great friends, and Dan was a defenseman, you know, in front of Steve for some of those years. And I think of those two guys together. And both of those guys kind of embodied the intensity that you want to have, the commitment to the team that you want to have. And I think that's what I think of when I think of Steve Mason. Steve's been a great alum for Roanoke. He's helped out myself coaching. He's coached many years with us, helped our goalies, helped make Ian Davies a first-team All-American goalie, and other goalies as well we helped. And then we see him around campus with his videos and stuff with his business. So he's a great resource to Roanoke College. I think a favorite memory with Steve would just be the type of person he was and how serious he was and how he always wanted to be better and how he always wanted to work hard, and just him being a goalie. You know, I coached the goalies when he was here, so it was a close relationship with Steve and myself. I consider Steve a great friend to me and to Roanoke College. Steve Mason, congratulations on being in the Hall of Fame. You deserve it, buddy. I love you.
Let's welcome to the stage Steve Mason.
Way to go, Steve. That was so fun to see that. Steve, you take this.
Coach, that's the nicest you've been to me in a long time. I want to congratulate the other inductees. You guys worked really hard and just desserts. Congratulations. It's special for me to go in with Matt Madelon as well, up at Princeton, doing a great job, and he's a friend as well, so congratulations. President Shushak, and to your wife Kelly and Curtis, thanks for continuing a great tradition here at this event. And I know you have a fire in your belly to win here. We want to win ODAC championships and at the national level. So we all join you in that endeavor to do that. I want to be brief, but there's so many people I want to thank, so I'll try to do that in a succinct manner. I'm up here really in large part because of coaches and teammates that just believed in me and pushed me to my limits and beyond. That's really why I'm here. The two people I want to talk about first, I'm going to talk about chronologically because that's how their stories unfolded in my life. I came from Baltimore, Maryland. I went to St. Paul's School, which was a very competitive conference in high school. Time to get recruited junior year. I went up north to a recruiting event. First session, I didn't play well. I was in the locker room getting ready to go to the mess hall to get some chow, and this gentleman walked up to me and introduced himself. He said, "Hey, Steve, my name is Scott Allison. I'm the head men's lacrosse coach at Roanoke College." I said, "Coach, it's great to meet you. I'm really sorry I did not play well in that first session." And he said, "No, you really didn't, Steve." So I took two things from that reaction. One, I appreciated the directness and honesty. But the subliminal message that I learned was Roanoke College, a young program, was building this goalie factory. And Coach Allison was about, at that point, 8 years removed from playing at Roanoke, winning a national championship at Roanoke, but playing with Bill Baroza, who was on the USA team as a goalie, and John Sullivan, who probably single-handedly helped Roanoke win the '78 national championship. So that was my first indoctrination into the high standard of goaltending at Roanoke. And like Coach Pilot is a mentor to me, those two guys are friends and mentors to me as well. Coach Allison, thank you for recruiting me. Thank you for believing in me that I had something to offer here. But the final trump card you played to get me here was you said, "Steve, I have the best goalie coach in the country and one of our favorite sons coming back to Roanoke." And you said he's right now, he's finishing up at Washington and Lee, and he took an average goalie named John Church and made him an All-American. Steve, this guy was a 3-time All-American at Roanoke, the C. Markland Kelly Award winner, the best goalie in the country his senior year. His name is Bill Pilot. And I knew I had to come here. I wanted to be challenged by the best and taught by the best and pushed beyond my limits. So, Coach, thanks for being nice to my dad and my stepmom in our living room in Baltimore. Thanks for being nice to my mom during the recruiting process. I came here my whole freshman year. I was just one big bruise my freshman year because I had Coach Pilot and Nelson Davis warming me up every day, and they were abusive. And I'm kidding. I loved it. They made me better. But that's where I really saw the surgical aspect of being a great goalie. And that set my foundation for the next 3 years. The next 3 years, Coach Pilot became the head coach at Roanoke. Coach, I don't have enough time to thank you for all the things you taught me. Just a couple of things. One, you taught me you have to be your own goalie. You can't be me. You can't be anybody else. You have to be your own goalie. And you taught me that to be exceptional, there's no 9 to 5 in that equation. You're going to have to sacrifice things. You're going to have to work extra if you want to be exceptional. And I'll remember those things. I graduated Roanoke. The coaching continued. He told me when I got my first job at the CBS affiliate here, he said, Steve, every paycheck, I want you to pay yourself $100 and save it. And I still do that to this day, Coach. Great advice. You don't just excel in the field without great players around you. And it's cliche, but it's so true. And I had great players around me. Coach alluded to it earlier. Dan Morrison, his first day of practice as a freshman, I swear he had cut off blue jean shorts with a Budweiser belt buckle, and he came to practice dressed like that. And he became one of the meanest, toughest defensemen I ever played with. On the other side was Mark Lawrence, a tri-captain with me my senior year, and a great leader. The monster in the midway was Steve Hoffman. No one wanted to play against. I didn't want to play against him in practice. When he came down, I would shoot with that long stick as an LSM, but he was a phenomenal player, first-team All-American. I had offensive guys that pushed me in practice. Will Goldthwait, an All-American. Chris Pollock, an All-American. And then my other tri-captain, Donnie Bergeron, who actually, there's some trivia with Donnie. Some 30 years ago, Donnie introduced me to this really beautiful lady named Melissa. He was trying to date. She's now my wife of 28 years, so she's smiling at me. So thank you, Donnie. I really appreciate that. Hopefully you see this video later and I can give you a call. I had a chance also to play with the guys that would take the torch to the next level, to play in the 92 championship game. Two of my teammates are here, Jimmy Camerman and John O'Connor. So many great players that I played with, Donnie Tracy, Colin McGarren, Brett Smith. So many great players, and they're still my friends, and I love them. I couldn't get Roanoke College out of my system, even years after graduating, so I asked Coach Pilot if I could come back and volunteer assistant coach. He said, come on, and that's where I had a chance to get back a little bit to the program and work with some great goalies here. Charlie Pease became an All-American, Ian Davies, Jake Dorsey. It was awesome to coach and be a part of the program in that regard. I want to thank some other people. Jim Buriak, Mr. B. I'm 5'8", 160, dripping wet. I never missed a game in 4 years because of you. You were innovative, and your techniques keep me back on the field, and now you've become a friend and mentor, so thank you. Bob Rotans, I don't know where Bob is, but every game, win or lose, I migrated down to Mac and Bob's. I would find him, and most of the time I was hard on myself, and he would say, it's not all your fault, and he would calm me down and say, just relax, it's going to be okay. So, and Bob, another mentor of mine. I want to thank George Seals, another guy who's been a mentor to me. I appreciate that mentorship, George. Also, I have two moms. my biological mom, who's not here tonight, but my stepmother's like a mom, came all the way from California to be here. I'm grateful that she's here. My biological mom was a big fan of me playing at Roanoke. We were playing at Randolph-Macon one day. The fans were saying some not so nice things to me. My mom got out of the Roanoke fan section, walked down to the Randolph-Macon section and said, the goalie is my son, and I would appreciate it if you would not say anything derogatory further about him. And they didn't know what to do, so not only did they stop heckling me, but then they started actually cheering for me. It's a true story. It's a true story. It did happen. My stepmother, you taught me so many things: grit, toughness, determination, most of all preparation, and I'm grateful for that. As I said, I coached here 12 seasons as a volunteer. My wife let me do that. She knew I loved this place. I needed to be around the coaches, the players. Thank you for letting me do that and putting up with me all these years. I really appreciate it. As I close, I just want to say my 3 kids are here, Zach, Abby, and Joe, and I'm immensely proud of them and everything they've accomplished. You guys have no limits, and I hope you take away from tonight, one thing I want to say to you guys is that I came to Roanoke, I wanted to be an All-American, but my junior year I had this epiphany. I realized I could do all these things. I could sacrifice, run hills, I could get the best player on the team to shoot on me after practice. I could be in the weight room at night alone and do all these things, sacrifice some really good social times with some great guys and still not get that goal because the committee decides, an All-American committee decides who's going to. But I decided, I don't care. I'm going to do it anyway. And so what I want you guys to know is that yes, set your goals high, go after them. But what means the most is the journey that got you there. The bumps, the bruises, the failures, getting back on your feet. So go after your dreams anyway, because it's the journey that's going to make you the person you are. I want to close by saying I lost my dad in 2015. He was my biggest fan, came to all my games. Game got tight, he would find himself on the fence line in eyesight of me and just give me a clenched fist and to say, let's go, let's buckle down. And he's not here, but he's here in spirit, and this award's for him, for my dad. Thank you all.
Our next inductee, Melissa Slusher-Rickman. Slusher was an integral part of the Roanoke College women's volleyball squad over her 4 years. She helped the team to 4 playoff berths, which included 2 semifinals, an appearance in the 2001 ODAC championship game. Slusher's play on the court assisted the team in earning the program's first ever regional ranking in 2002. Slusher's standout performances garnered her 3 ODAC Player of the Week awards, first team All-ODAC honors, and second team All-State accolades, in addition to being a 3-time second team All-ODAC selection. Her prowess on the court and in the classroom led her to being an academic All-American nominee as well. Slusher currently sits second in career attacking percentage, career kills, and single-season kills, as well as 5th in career digs, and 9th in career aces in women's volleyball record book. Let's play her video.
Just from the very beginning, the way she approached every single practice, she came in ready to make herself and her teammates better. She stayed focused the full practice time and was ready to compete in every practice and every match. The way that she approached each practice, she came in focused, ready to make herself and her teammates better. on the court, and she was ready to compete every practice, every match. There wasn't a day off for her. Melissa was dependable. She would come to practice early. She was always on time. If you gave her a task, you knew that it would be done correctly and efficiently. And she was also dependable on the court. She was our go-to player. We knew if we gave her the ball, we were scoring a point. She was also able to admit her mistakes. If she made a mistake on the court, she owned up to it. If there was a play that didn't go well, she would immediately say, how could I have made this play better? Melissa set the bar high. She had high expectations for herself and for her teammates. She was positive and encouraging, so her teammates got on board quickly and were willing to step up and listen to her and play well because they wanted to see her succeed, and she brought that out in them. She was a stellar student. She was an academic All-American on several occasions. So she used her time wisely. She was very organized and planned out her day so that she could be successful in the classroom and on the court. We were playing Lynchburg College at the time in the ODAC tournament, and everybody's game plan was to stop her right-handed cross-court attack. And so our setter set the ball out to the pin, it crossed over her right hand, and she slammed the ball down with her left hand. And the place went crazy, and you could see Lynchburg's scouting report just sort of go up in flames once they figured out that she could hit with either hand. It was truly a rewarding experience to have the opportunity to coach Melissa. She, like I had said earlier, was willing to be coached. She was a good teammate. She worked hard, all the components that a coach would want in a player. Congratulations, Melissa. I am so proud of you and feel very blessed that I had the opportunity to coach you for 4 years at Roanoke College.
Please welcome Melissa to the stage. And Coach Blair.
All right, I'm going to be very short and sweet. Thank you first to the committee for selecting me. I'm beyond honored, super humbled, did not expect this at all, but I'm very excited and honored to be selected. To my family for being here, I can't thank you enough. Half of them surprised me, so that was super exciting. To my parents for teaching me what it means to compete and why that's important, but more importantly, really what it means to be a good teammate, because that is why I'm here. My teammates and Coach Blair are amazing, and so much of what I experienced in my 4 years here has carried on to how I coach in volleyball now. I remember touring Roanoke, and I immediately fell in love. It was home for me. I knew it right away, and I wouldn't trade those 4 years for the world, and it has impacted me, and I am super proud to represent Roanoke and to receive this award. Thank you so much.
Let's give our inductees another round of applause. Before we go, I'd like to give special thanks to Greg Hanlon and our alumni office staff, Ben Marks and our wonderful dining services staff, Ryan Hunt, class of 2018, for his outstanding videos on each inductee, Mike Carpenter and Jordan Hack for athletic communications, John Farmer, our Senior Associate Athletic Director, and President Shushak and Kelly for being here. With the 4 new Hall of Fame members, please join us back up on stage so we can take a group photo. And thank you, and thank all of you for coming out tonight. And I think it was a wonderful, last year was my first time doing this, and it's just a great feeling. And I was sitting back there, and as I listened to the inductees talk, you sort of get choked up. You see how much it really means to everybody. And the best thing about it is how much influence and impact that their coaches had on them, and how much playing college athletics played a significant role in their life even after they left. And so, again, thank you all for being here. And if the 4 inductees could come up to the stage.